I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Enjoying myself. The first question I have for you is what was it like seeing your character as the main movie poster?
I didn't know that that was the first that was the main movie poster. It slowly dawned on me when I realized, oh my God, this is people are like sending me pictures of them like going down to the subway and it's like all over the subway station and like them taking the bus and it's on the bus and at the bus stop. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, this is the main, you know, PR poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one in my house.
It looks good. It's so clean, And like I think it conveys so much just with a still image. It's very powerful.
But they hinted that there might be a sequel. Do you know any themes or elements that'll be a strong follow-up?
I mean, I know Rain and Andy are gonna continue and we're gonna follow through their journey, but I don't know much else. I'm really excited to see what comes next.
Did anything take you by surprise on set?
How big the sets were, because they built everything and everything is
Yeah.
like real size. So some of the sets were huge because they're in a space station. That has like two parts to it. That whole elevator sequence, oh my God, like it feels like you're in like a historical uh, piece of architecture.
Right,
And
right.
yeah, just like walking in and realizing the scale of everything was very shocking.
Yeah, I just finished watching the behind the scenes and the making of Alien, so I was like, man, it must have been intense filming those scenes. How did you feel when you first met the practical alien, like being face to face with the alien?
They were cute until they
Cute.
started moving around because
Right.
they had like a whole studio dedicated to the face huggers, and it was so funny. It felt like Hugger Depot, you go in and there's like rows and rows of shelves, and they're just like body parts of the face
Oh
hugger,
man.
like a shelf full of the tails, and then a shelf full of its fingers. And then they like did different stuffs. Some are meant to like run around on the ground. Some are you can control like its fingers and digits, and
Ooh.
then other ones like you could control the tail. Yeah, they
Oh yeah,
they
that whip action. That was crazy
yeah.
when I seen that.
Exactly. Like so many different variations to fit the needs of our different scenes. So that was really, really cool to see. But once I started acting with them and the scenes got really intense, they weren't that cute anymore.
What did it feel like when you found out that your character was the first victim of the facehugger?
I
Like,
thought it
what
made
went
a
into
lot of
that
sense.
performance?
Well, first of all, like these poor kids, like they're now completely fucked. Their pilot is gone. You know what I mean? But I also thought it was very symbolic to read that part of the script and have it dawn on me that the person who's in charge of getting them out, because she's the pilot, is the person that kickstarts everybody's demise. I was like, how
Yeah.
poetic, you know?
What was it like working with Fede? Did he have an impact on like each scene if something feels too complicated to perform?
Yeah, for sure. I think he guided us in a very unique way in that he'd let us improv at the top of each day. He
Oh,
kind of like
okay.
give us a reminder of like, okay, we're gonna shoot this scene. This is what happened right before. This is kind of where you guys are, your positions. Forget about the script, go. And then we would just kind of see what comes up organically and then kind of finesse moments that we think are really important to keep from the script and
Right.
add in some improv moments that we thought were, very fresh and exciting to us. And yeah, every time we were lost, Fede came in with this like very calming and let's break it all down energy, which I thought was very helpful during the making.
The Alien franchise is known for its iconic final girl, Ellen Ripley. How did you feel about seeing that in this movie?
Oh my God. Ugh. Kaylee Spaney is built for this role,
Yeah.
and she did such a good job, I think, because her characters just go through so much. I know Navarro is like first to go and everything, but I think Last Girl is actually has the hardest job on set because you have to find that your will to live has to be so strong where we never see a moment of, okay, I'm done, I'm tired, I'm ready to give in. She never lets herself even get close to that. You know, the moment Rain decides to go back for Andy, I think a lot of people can relate to that because that's speaks so much to like what family means to humanity and what that looks like in the setting of like a very futuristic sci-fi horror. Um, yeah, Kaylee was amazing.
Did you see like anyone living with her, like making it as a group to survival?
I think the scene that really caught me by surprise is Bjorn's death scene. And I just love how they did it because, you know, all of Act One, he's kind of an asshole to Andy. And I know a lot of audience's reaction towards Bjorn as a character is that he's very off-putting. But I think it kind of all comes full circle when he, you know, meets Kay in that hallway and we see that embrace and we get a glimpse of, oh, there's something way deeper going on here that Bjorn doesn't let us see when it's all of us hanging out. And
Right.
just how like the acid burns through his chest, reaches his heart, and then his heart explodes. Again, like very gnarly, violent, disgusting film, but each plot point is very poetic. I think this is my favorite thing about the film as like a viewer, as an audience versus how I was on set making it.
Nice, nice. And I heard this is your debut film. How did that feel like coming into such a big franchise?
I try my best not to think about it because I think like on set, if I focus on that, then the work won't come out as what it needs to be. But now that the film has come out and it's done so well, and so many people have reached out to me reflecting their experiences watching it and what it means to them for such a huge franchise to make a very strong comeback. I'm finally letting myself kind of soak in the glory a little bit and really let myself like, oh, wow, I'm in an alien film as my debut. Okay, let's 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 get back to, you know, grinding and do all the work that should have come before me landing such a huge movie.
Yes, you did an amazing job. I did not think you'd be the first victim, and I want to give you your roses now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think that's all the questions I have for you today.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
The last time we spoke, Alien Romulus sequel hadn't been confirmed yet. What are your
Mhm.
plans this time around to make the sequel different while still capturing the impact of Romulus?
I think it's all about really for the first time now after Romulus had kind of brought all the movies together in a way. We did nods to every movie in the franchise. I think that's a good way to be able to move on and move forward now to uncharted waters with a sequel. So wherever we go, it's exciting to think that we'll discover worlds and we'll discover creatures and things that have never seen before in this world. Right? I think Romulus was more about bringing them back and revisit a lot of classic creatures and classic scenarios that have been explored in other movies, plus a lot of new ones. But I think now going forward is exciting to think where can we go that haven't been seen before.
What would it take to see Ellen Ripley return to the franchise?
Well, that's a tricky question. I think a lot of it will be Sigourney's willing to play that character again. But Ripley is dead. She's dead. She died. you have Ripley's clone that came back for a minute there, and she's alive, but she's not Ripley. She has acid for blood. She has these powers. It's like a clone of her. It's like a so I will be definitely more interested in see and the original Ripley, but she's dead. So unless we do a travel back in time or we do a parallel universe, it would be very tricky to bring a character back in a way that makes sense if that character has died in a forge of fire by the hand of David Fincher.
Has there been another movie this year besides Romulus that you feel has set the bar high for filmmaking?
Yeah, definitely. Well, Nosferatu, I love that. I said that online. I just truly believe it's a beautiful film, and I love that book. I love Dracula, and so it was something that it was one of my most enjoyed definitely experience in the cinema this year. This is mostly because it's so different and so unique, and director just put so much effort and make sure it's legit. It just feels the time of the era. And this movie feel timeless, which I think is very important for this movie, is to feel timeless, to not be affected by the year we're making it in. So yeah, I'll go with Nosferatu as one of the ones I thought was truly special this year.
What have you personally learned from Ridley Scott's approach to filmmaking?
Well, Ridley, what he has that very few filmmakers have is he's completely fearless, truly fearless, and has a confidence on his craft and his team's craft that he will deliver a film that is worthy of your time, and that it will give you a great cinematic experience. So there's something about not overthinking. Like filmmakers, definitely me. I can overthink too much, and that's why I don't make too many movies. It takes me a long time to decide, okay, what it's worth making. So with Ridley, definitely someone that is so prolific and makes so many movies. I mean, he made Gladiator 2 and Napoleon probably in the time that it took me to make Alien Romulus. So it's truly something I'm trying to learn from him, how to really go with your instinct, go with your gut, then be fearless and trust yourself.
Since it is Wicked weekend, if you had to choose Wicked or Gladiator.
Oh, Gladiator. No questions asked. I haven't seen the musical, so I'm not a Wicked fan. Although I heard it's amazing, but I'll probably go try to watch the musical first, and then watch the Gladiator 2 I've seen and I loved.
Perfect. So that's a wrap. Caitlin.